Thank you for visiting our YouTube channel. And you can see with Cyber Church of Christ, we use the King James Version, and we normally have our sermons and topics, different kind of topics. Well, today's topic, Son of Man, but there is Son of Man in the Old Testament referring to someone not Jesus. But we're looking at the Son of Man that cometh, which actually, when I was looking at it, Daniel and in Ezekiel, it was prophesied about the Son of Man. And the thing is, it's a title. So Son of Man is a title. And the best I could figure out was Son of Man title was actually before he got the title Lord, which happens in Acts 2:32. So because he became Lord after he took his place. But the Son of Man, we're going to find out today what the Son of Man role is. Now, there's a lot more scriptures than what I have, as normal, uh, on our lesson today. But one thing I do have is they're all red letter. It's Jesus speaking. Now, usually, if you talk to somebody, even fairly cognizant of the Bible, that knows a lot of Bible, usually they'll just say Son of Man is how he speaks to himself in third person. Well, he does speak to himself in third person, but he's referring to this title, and that something's been done for this title. And it's just like the anointed was the Messiah in the Old Testament and Christ in the New Testament. So it works out. So keep that in mind. Well, let's start off. We're going to start off with some comments here. The Son of Man is capitalized to capital S. So do notice that. There was a capital S there. It's not Son of Man with a lowercase, because we're all Son of Man as far as being born here on the planet. Son of Man is capitalized and is one of Jesus's titles, plural. He had the title before being born on the earth. He has the title now while in heaven, and he will have that title at Judgment Day also. So you can see the title of Son of Man existed before, during, and after Earth existence, in our existence. All right, let's start off with this first red letter here, John 3:13. It's been in two or three of our different sermons because there's two or three different topics in it. This is one that I have to bring up a lot to my fellow man who thinks that you die and either go to heaven and hell, and then that you join your uncle or your wife or husband in the hereafter in heaven. Well, one reason, there's no gender in heaven. So keep that in mind. Let's read this verse 3:13. And no man hath ascended up to heaven. So that answers that. Nobody's gone to heaven yet. But he that came down from heaven. Okay, so there's one exception. One has gone to heaven. Is he that came down from heaven, even the Son of Man, which is in heaven. Okay, so Son of Man was in heaven and then came down from heaven and now has returned to heaven. So that's a good start right there, just learning that about the topic. All right, let's look at this verse in Mark here. Mark 14:62. And Jesus said, I am, and ye shall see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven. Okay, so when the earth ends and we have the judgment day, we will see him sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven. We're going to see this coming in the clouds of heaven on two or three verses today. So that's interesting. So that proves right there that he'll still be Son of Man when he comes in the clouds of heaven. Let's look at Matthew 16:27. For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works. So what we usually do here at the Cyber Church of Christ, we look at pronouns. Since the Son of Man is a title, then I would look for the program shall come in the glory of his Father, would still be the Son of Man. So that would be our Father, Jesus's Father, but his Father with his angels. So he's going to be coming with his angels coming down from heaven. So that's his, it has to do with the Son of Man also. So his Father with his angels. So Jesus' angels, yes, that happens. You want to study with us, it happens on the last day of planet Earth, or when the Earth is destroyed, and we're all then subject to judgment, all souls. After the semicolon, you'll see, and then he, so there I have another pronoun. This is what we do at Cyber Church of Christ. We'll look at pronouns and then see what noun goes with that. And then he, so that's going to be the same, he as an angels and his Father. Then he shall reward. And we have a whole sermon on being the reward. When do you get, what your reward look like? When do you receive it? All the details about getting a reward. So you can check that out in one of our sermons that's saved there on the YouTube channel. He shall reward every man according to his works. Now this his has to do with every man. Those other pronouns had to do with Jesus. This one, the noun is every man. So every man, it's his works. So what it says here, we'll get a reward according to our works, us reading this. Okay, so that's interesting how you can see the same pronoun, but actually switch from the Son of Man, Jesus the Christ, to our own works. So what are those works, and what's counted as works and not works? We have lessons on that also. Also, while I mention that, you can contact us at any time with any Bible question, and we're commanded to give an answer. That answer comes out of the Bible. We don't have an opinion. The Cyber Church of Christ is not opinion based; it's truth based. Meaning you prove Bible questions with Bible scriptures. All right, let's look at this next section. The Son of Man will be the judge at Judgment Day. Let's look at John 5:27. And hath given him authority to execute judgment, also because he is the Son of Man. Okay, so see there, the Son of Man. And then Jesus will mention many times about this is going to happen to the Son of Man, this is going to happen to the Son of Man. Son of Man is going to do this, Son of Man is going to do that. So that's why people say, hey, he's speaking in third person. Well, he's actually just talking about the title that was given. Now, how'd you get this title? From authority. Oh, our Father has the authority to give titles. And then he says, okay, with this authority, what are you going to do? Well, he's going to execute judgment. And his judgment will be a righteous judgment because he always pleases the Father. So we're not getting judged by the Father. We're actually getting judged by the Son of Man. Okay, because why? Well, he was given authority to execute judgment. And also because he is the Son of Man. So that way I can see, oh, okay, so what goes this title, the authority of this title has to do with being judgment. So if you were to look at judgment and who's the judge, well, who's the judge is Son of Man. It was Jesus as a human being on planet Earth. But now that he has several titles, one of them being Son of Man, and he has a title called Lord, because God is a pronoun. So there's lots of references to pronouns represent according to Jesus, but this has to do with the title. So the Son of Man has been given the authority to execute judgment, whoever that is. Well, we found out we know who that is. It was Jesus the Christ. So think about the anointing when he was anointed. And so it works like that as far as the authority goes. So authority was given by our Father. It was given to who? The Son of Man. To do what? To execute judgment. And the reason why he's going to execute judgment is because he is the Son of Man. And this "the" means there's not another Son of Man, not with the capital S. So notice all of these, I mentioned that at the beginning, they all have a capital S. And of course, man is lowercase. Matthew 24:30, pretty long verse, but very interesting. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Okay, well, if I'm thinking I'm going to heaven and going to be accounted righteous, counted worthy to get into heaven, then why am I mourning here? This says here, all the tribes. So that means all of the people of the earth mourn. Well, I'd be in mourning because I know folks that had a chance to learn the truth and get in the kingdom and get saved in the end that aren't going to be saved now, that we've moved from a fact, we moved from a faith base that we have here on earth to fact base. After earth ends, you're not just dealing with facts. Now everybody will see that. It's kind of like worked with the flood. Now that I see it raining, okay, now I'll get in the ark. Well, now it's too late. That's how it is with the judgment day, with the end of the earth. So you shall see, who's the they if we're looking at pronouns? Well, all the tribes of the earth. They shall see the Son of Man, there's my capital S, coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Yeah, because that's where I want to live. I want to live in the environment of glory. Okay, and so should you. And that's our goal at Cyber Church of Christ. We want to be counted worthy in the end and live in glory with not only the Son of Man, with our Father. Because the Son of Man has done what? Prepared a place for us. Okay, Matthew 24:44. Let's look at that. As you notice, everything's red letter. Therefore, be ye also ready, with a colon there. And usually when we're just studying Bible with us, we'll always stop at these colons because we want to see what follows that. Therefore, be ye also ready. What sounds like a commandment? Yeah, it is a commandment. Huh. For in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. Okay, well, I've been on the earth a while, and there's been people and folks that have predicted the end of the earth, and no one's going to happen. Well, no man, not even the Son of Man knows when the earth's going to end. Throw that in for free. Only our Father knows, and that's another one of our lessons that you'll see in on our YouTube channel. So if you think of a day that that the earth will end, that ain't it, because it says here, think not. For in such an hour as you think not, so it's when I don't think he's coming, that's when he comes. Son of Man, I like that capital S, Son of Man cometh. So we have a commandment here to say, hey, you don't know when the end of the earth is, but you need to be ready for the judgment day. Okay, well, how do I know when the earth ends? You should be concerned about when you die, your earthly death. What's the difference between dying on the planet and the earth ending? It's going to be whatever record you have. That's the record you have at the time. So now I get this commandment that says, "Be ye also ready." So I'll get a commandment along with this coming of the Son of Man. All right, let's look at this last verse. When the Son of Man cometh, will he find faith on the earth? Well, what a sad statement that is. You mean there's going to be so few souls that have faith that when the Son of Man cometh, there might not even be anybody there that's faithful. Let's see what Luke 18:8 says. Luke 18:8, I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. All right, you already see I got some pronouns in there. So this I is a pronoun for Jesus, and he's going to tell you, that's us, that he, once again, that's the Son of Man, will avenge them speedily. So it happens in the blink of an eye. So it doesn't matter if you're on a space station, on the freeway, or asleep. It happens in the blink of the eye. Actually, the whole universe is folded up. So that's how it ends the same way science says it'll end. It'll end with the collapsing of the universe. I just toss that in for free. I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, yeah. Now a rhetorical question after this comma. Shall he find faith on the earth? So that's why you endure until the end, because we're going to be leaving a faith-based truth to a fact-based as soon as we see that all this stuff is true. So you'll see my fellow man that doesn't know much Bible, they won't have faith on the earth. They're just going to deal with the fact that they're being judged at the end. And we all get judged at the same time. So that's a whole nother lesson. So that's a question that ought to be a little head scratcher there. I mean, is it going to be so bad and so evil that we don't have hardly anybody that has faith on the earth at all? Well, according to what I got highlighted there, shall he find faith on the earth? So the I would be Son of Man, and he will eventually, still the Son of Man. Them is all the human beings, all the souls. So they will be avenged speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, so I've already got several scriptures here that says Son of Man's coming. And by the way, Son of Man, that's capital S, there's a lot more scriptures. These are just the ones I picked today at 30,000 foot view, but at least wanted you to see the title, that some of the things, the title, that one of Jesus's title is Son of Man. And he will come. So some people think he's going to come and be on the earth. Well, then that's not the blink of an eye then. And they think, hey, he's going to set up a kingdom. The kingdom is spiritual. And us that are in the kingdom are the ones that want to be, that believe, and then we want to be what? Accounted worthy. So look at that lesson on our YouTube channel. It's about being accounted worthy. And how are you accounted worthy and when? So all those details will be revealed. So shall he, so son, who is this he? He's the Son of Man. We just saw that. When the Son of Man comes. So I got a title here and a pronoun here. That's kind of how we do it on the Cyber Church of Christ. Shall he find faith on the earth? Man, that's very disappointing. That the faith on the earth will be so minuscule that do we even have faith on the earth? So think about that. Think about your faith, and do you want to get into the kingdom? Please contact us. Do you have questions about this or any other Bible topic? We'd love to hear from you. So anyway, that was a short version of Son of Man. The Son of Man cometh, and we just saw how Son of Man cometh, that he's coming back to meet in the clouds, and then we will be judged. And if we're judged accounted worthy, we will be forever. We won't die. We'll actually be in heaven with our Father in that environment of glory, and we will be brethren to the Son of Man, to Jesus. So yeah, a lot of details there. We mainly kept this at a 30,000 foot view, like I said, but it could be studied even further. Could have probably made 3 or 4 sermons out of Son of Man, but I wanted to just highlight the cometh part, that he is coming, and he's going to do what? He's going to avenge them speedily. So it happens quickly. Okay, I hope you got something out of today's lesson here. You can email us here at cybercochrist@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you, or you can comment on any of the YouTube lessons. Once you enter on YouTube, we do get a message that we do get notified, I should say, that we have a message, and we'll be happy to answer your message, especially if it's a Bible question. We'll answer with the Bible answer. So I hope you got something out of today's lesson called Son of Man Cometh, As you can see, the whole lesson was in red letter. It was Jesus teaching. Yes, he mentioned himself in third person, but he actually, the real deal is that he's mentioning the title of that person is going to do this or that. So that's one of his titles. So maybe you didn't know that. You come away with that as an interesting fact. Well, Cyber Church of Christ, our goal is to keep you safe from being counted worthy in the judgment and keep you from dying in the fire in the end after judgment. So that's our sole purpose. We love you and hope that you have a great day and a great week.